The last thing Evelyn Carter remembered before losing consciousness was the betrayal in her husband's eyes. The same man who had once sworn to love and protect her had drugged her, kidnapped her, and left her for dead in the middle of the woods. And for what? To steal the empire she had built from the ground up. To replace her with her former best friend, Claire, the woman she had trusted like a sister. For months, the world believed Evelyn was dead. Her husband, Daniel Carter, had announced it to the media. His beloved wife had, tragically lost her battle with cancer. There had been no funeral, just a press conference where he wiped away crocodile tears and accepted sympathy from the world. In reality, he had taken over her multi-billion-dollar fashion empire, living lavishly with Claire in the penthouse that once belonged to Evelyn. But Evelyn wasn't dead. She had clawed her way out of that nightmare, surviving off wild berries and rainwater, fighting exhaustion and the pain of betrayal. A hunter had finally found her, half-starved, broken, but very much alive. And now, 6 months later, she was back. Not as the helpless woman Daniel had abandoned, but as a ghost from his past, a storm waiting to strike. Dressed in all black, she stood outside the grand ballroom where Daniel was hosting a gala, celebrating his success. The media was inside, the city's elite raising their glasses to his empire, to his power. They had no idea the real queen had returned. Evelyn stepped forward, her heels clicking against the marble floor as she entered. Heads turned, gasps filled the air, cameras flashed, Daniel's face drained of color. Claire nearly dropped her champagne glass. "Miss me." Evelyn's voice was calm, deadly. The world had believed her dead. But she was back to take everything that was stolen from her, and this time, she wasn't playing fair. The room fell silent as Evelyn Carter stepped into the grand ballroom, her presence turning the air electric. Daniel's hands gripped the edge of the table, his knuckles white. Claire shrank back, eyes darting between Evelyn and the nearest exit. Evelyn smirked, tilting her head. "What's wrong, darling?" she said, voice laced with venom. "You look like you've seen a ghost." A murmur spread through the crowd. The media, stunned at first, quickly came to life, flashes going off, reporters scrambling over each other. "But, you're dead," Claire whispered, barely audible over the commotion. Evelyn stepped forward, pouring herself a glass of champagne from the nearest tray. She raised it in a mock toast. "Clearly not, but it's cute that you tried." She took a slow sip, savoring the growing panic in Daniel's eyes. Security moved toward her, but she raised a single finger. "I wouldn't do that," she warned. "Not unless you want the world to hear exactly what your boss did to his beloved wife." Daniel forced a laugh, regaining a fraction of composure. "Evelyn, you've been gone for months. You were sick. We thought you were dead." Evelyn cut in. "Oh, I know. You made sure of that, didn't you? Kidnapping me, leaving me to die in the woods, forging my death certificate. You even had the audacity to steal my company. How convenient for you." The cameras turned to Daniel. The guests whispered, shifting away from him as if his crimes were contagious. I don't know what you're talking about," Daniel stammered. Evelyn smiled, pulling a small flash drive from her pocket and holding it up. "This says otherwise. Every conversation you had, every plan you and Claire made, recorded in perfect detail." Daniel paled. Claire's breath hitched. "That's impossible," she hissed. Evelyn leaned in close. "You should have been more careful around my personal assistant. Turns out loyalty can be bought. And I pay better." The panic in Claire's eyes confirmed everything Evelyn needed to know. The crowd gasped as a large screen lit up behind them. A video played, a recording of Daniel and Claire in Evelyn's office, laughing over how easy it had been to take everything from her. "She won't survive out there," Daniel had said. "She's weak. Even if someone finds her," Claire added smugly, "we'll just make sure they don't believe her. She's dead now. And we own everything." The room erupted into chaos. "Security, escort them out," Evelyn commanded. "No, wait," Daniel started, but the guards had already grabbed him. Claire shrieked as they dragged her away. "Evelyn, please, you don't understand." Evelyn took another sip of champagne, watching them struggle. Oh, I understand perfectly. The cameras captured every second of their disgrace, the fall of the man who had betrayed her. Evelyn turned to the guests, smiling. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, let's celebrate the real owner of this company. As the crowd erupted into applause, Evelyn knew one thing for sure, she hadn't just taken back her life. She had won.